Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. I know yesterday, you guys know that we got hit by a tornado yesterday. I'm guessing it was an F1 by the appearances of the damage, so we really lucked out. It was we got barely little to no warning before the thing hit. I thought I heard sirens going off, but I couldn't hear over the rain, so I opened my door and get blasted back into my house by the storm. And by the time I open the door, my phone starts notifying me, oh, by the way, there's a tornado. I'm like, well, that was a little too late. So scary stuff, man. We really don't have the warning system we have still isn't perfect, man. Like it's crazy. So yeah, no, I mean I was totally unprepared yesterday morning, so it was crazy. But the footage you just saw was the dead man walking tornado from the 2011 super outbreak near the in the Dixie Belt. So yeah, that's some pretty cool footage there. But yeah, no, that's how we wanted to start the show. Start off, scary, because that's just how it is. But yeah, if it had been bigger than an F1, F2, I think a lot of people could have gotten hurt the other day. Very real. I mean, I could have been amongst the people depending on how big it was, because it was definitely near our house. Because all my neighbors are missing parts of their roofs. So anyway, we'll just jump right into it. Hopefully, there doesn't appear to be any reported fatalities from the thing, so that's a good thing. But yeah, no, we're just going to kind of go over and review some of the footage and the damage that's going on. So it looks like Chad's already got us pulled up.
Oh, excuse me. Yep. Said this is a post from Chief Meteorologist Mike Collier, and it says it's from tornado footage from obviously drone footage from Dr. Chris Barnes.
Yeah, he must got a drone up there or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm surprised that footage we just saw there, that truck wasn't flipped over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems anything that was pretty low to the ground was pretty secure. Like, only roofs seemed to really, gotten picked up and moved away.
Yeah, I mean, lucky, man. It's, I've lived in Owasso my entire life. I'm 34 years old, and I've only ever seen 2 tornadoes in Owasso my entire existence. So, and most of them they've been pretty relatively close. Like that one was 9 years ago, the one that I filmed right off my phone, and then the other one was this one just here. So yeah, so much for those old Indian wise tales that Owasso's immune because of some Indian thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what else you got? I know we got all kinds of pictures and stuff.
Well, I'll go on to the next area. Here's the pictures from City of Owasso is posted. It looks like it's from still, again, probably the same drone footage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Like I said, we really, really lucked out in all this, man. Like, you can clearly see the damage path and the path that it took.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That appears to be the QT. So, again, this is like, our old neighborhood. This appears to be El Rio Vista and the golf course,
Yep.
fairways over here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hot dog, man.
There's our old house.
Yep.
Where we grew up.
Man, it's crazy though. It's crazy to seeing this stuff. It's like you never expect it to happen to your town. You just kind of, it's a lot of times like tornadoes. That's just stuff you see on the news. That's how we've been our entire lives when it comes to this stuff. So, and again, we're super lucky that.
Yep, because if everybody wants to know, this is the QT on Garnett right here. So that way, if anybody needs to get their reference point of where they are.
96 in Garnett, the same street that Bailey Elementary's on.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Somebody's got some cleaning up to do. Yeah, we filed a lot of claims yesterday.
Yeah, again,
insurance-wise.
We work insurance, so yeah, there was a lot of claims being filed yesterday.
Surprising. Usually, it's today would be the day that the vast majority of claims will get filed, but no. I mean, people were so positive of the damage that it was instantly when folks were ready to get off the hook. Excuse me. We didn't have much opportunity to do much anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog, man. Anything else you got? Let's show some other footage, man.
Sure. Except this is just a bunch of the photos from the city of Owasso. This looks like another one. This might be the same one that I had
Chris
earlier.
Barnes. Yeah, it is.
There's a bunch. People are sending me stuff like crazy the other day. That's yours. There you go. This is your one from SkyTube that we saw.
Yeah. That's the one that hit Bartlesville and...
yeah, that's right. That's the one that like really took out Bartlesville. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, and it said that's what it was like the night of our tornado. So, I mean, it was so dark, it was raining, and like I said, the only chance you could have probably even had to seen it was if the lightning lit it up, and by then it's probably too late.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is why, nocturnal tornadoes are so dangerous. You just have no clue. It's like, me thinking I'm hearing the tornado sirens going off, so I'm walking out to the front door to clarify that I'm hearing the tornadoes, and by the time I open the door, half my front porch is getting blown away. So, I mean, that's what it's like, guys. I mean, it's, you can't, it's, I mean, I guess it's probably our fault for not being in close enough proximity to know whether or not that's a siren we're hearing or not. But still, I mean, I don't know if it's my air conditioner I'm hearing or if it's a whine coming from a TV or something. So, I got to go outside and make sure it's a noise coming from outside and not from my air conditioning.
Especially because then you have to worry about the noise pollution from the rain, the wind, and whatever else you might have on, whether it's music, TV, whatever.
Doesn't help we have a metal roof on the house too, so
so everything's super louder.
Yeah, so noises like tornado sirens will be quieter because the rain's hitting harder. So yeah, it's wild stuff, man. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, really wild stuff.
Mm-hmm. And this is off of our back porch. And you said this is from before, or is this from the one from yesterday?
Yeah, this is just pre-recorded, just the storm rolling in. This is what it was like before the storm hit the last night. You're just kind of watching the storm and the lightning. You're like, oh, okay, it's cool. Well, it's just a little lightning storm. And then, you go inside and start getting ready for work. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, is that the tornado sirens I hear?
Mm-hmm. Here's one that our buddy sent us from the Whirlpool plant got hit.
Yeah, again, how lucky are they that it was just like a little F1 tornado? Like, if it was like an F3, F4, I mean, we're talking, expect the AC units on the roof to be coming in. Expect the roof to be getting torn off or dropping in on top of you. I mean, like, this is like, that is not a safe place to be during a tornado.
Yeah.
I mean, that roof's just going to collapse in on you. You're going to have to go to the centermost room, or you're going to have to go into an office room where you actually have, like, insulation and stuff on top of you that's, like, going to protect you. Like, this, like, I mean, that roof gets pulled off, you're either going to get collapsed in on or you're going to get pulled out with the roof. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, I mean, manufacturing places are just so dangerous during tornadoes. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So all those people, like, I mean, God was looking out for those people.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah, this is probably the house that probably took the worst damage. I think there's some type of, like, Senate candidate or something up there helping clean up the other day. But, yeah, no, that's probably the house that probably got hit the worst. And the nicest looking house of the bunch as well. Yeah, I mean, they took a direct hit. That thing must have gone right over their house.
Mm-hmm.
So, holy cow, man.
See here, this one is a neighborhood in 86 and 96.
Yep. That'd be the Bailey Golf Course.
Yep. Sure is. Good Lord. That's crazy.
I'd like to interview that family. Just be like, what was it like? What was it like seeing your roof come off the house,
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. Do you have the footage from my Facebook profile from the tornado that came off the front porch last year?
I think so. I did. She didn't send it.
It might have been a file that had been corrupted, so I'll get in.
Yeah, try sending it again and see what you can find, because, it's not in my little notification thing here.
I got it right here. I'll click on it. And then so this is probably you got it. So.
I will try to find it then real quick.
Watch it be the broken file.
Probably. That'd be our luck.
Yeah. See if I can find it maybe on Instagram and send it to you from there.
That would work. Let's see here. Is it going to work? Yep. This is the one this is on
Okay,
Facebook.
well
and
then
it's
here
not
is the
working.
Instagram version
All right.
of it.
I'm waiting on
Copy
it.
link. Zoop and paste. You got it.
Perfect. Let's see if it sends. There it is. Yep. Looks like this one's going to work just fine. So I don't know why Facebook doesn't like it.
Yeah, doesn't like me sharing stuff from my Facebook page. Yeah, and that's, I mean, again, that's a tornado from 9 years ago. Look at that, you can even see a horizontal vertex coming out of the side of that tornado. But yeah, that, I mean, that's not far from me at all.
Yeah, that's the one that went down the creek, the Owasso, near the Owasso Bridge, and like came in and hit everything back in this neighborhood. Back actually behind us, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said again, 2 tornadoes in 9 years in Owasso. And again, I'd never seen a tornado in, 20 years prior to that. So, I mean, that's count your blessings, folks. That's how lucky we are. But yeah, so again, no fatalities due to the tornadoes. So, I mean, that's really pretty awesome. I mean, really lucked out. And all these people, I'm assuming your houses are insured, so they're going to get repaired. It might take a little bit, but your lives are going to get rebuilt back up. So, again, we are one lucky little town, one lucky little community, and especially all these people that got directly affected by it. Even my neighbors who, most of them didn't lose roofs, but they lost quite a few shingles and whatnot. I mean, hey, good for you guys. Like, the end of the day, a roof's replaceable. We are not. So, God's really looking out for y'all. So, pretty sweet, though, man. Like, it's neat. Neat stuff, man. Nature, again, get out of the way is all I can say. So, I mean, I wish everybody in Oklahoma and Owasso, I mean, part of me is like, they should make a building code that states, it's like you're required to have an underground basement, for all, if you're going to build a house in Oklahoma, got to be underground basement because of all the F5 tornadoes we get. But again, how many people would that put just out of reach of being able to afford a home? That's the downside with all this. The more regulation,
benefit analysis you have to do with
the more regulation you have, it's just like, sorry, it's like my dream goal is to have like a complete subterranean underground room, that can be in a basement. You know what I mean? Like, as big as the concrete slab is how big the basement is. You know what I mean? That's what I want. No, you can have just like a spare bedroom or like the man cave actually down in the basement. That's what you want. Problem is, something like that's going to be really expensive. Really, really,
yeah,
really
and
expensive.
pray to God you're not in a flood zone too, because then there's the situation where like you could easily drown yourself inside your own basement.
Yeah. There's how many tornadoes have been like, now there's a flash flood warning during this tornado, and it's like, you might want to get out of your basement now.
But that's why you're supposed to like have like what's it called, drains and things that help with that. But still, as if there's a bunch of stuff in there, like a rug or something that clogs up the drain or whatever, you're kind of screwing yourself regardless.
Yeah.
Like, so there is no 100% method that's going to guarantee you that you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of tornadoes that have killed people. I mean, look, when it comes to storm shelters and tornado shelters, if you don't have one that's underground and you get hit by something greater than an F3, you're probably going to die. I mean, I know that... it's like you hear about all these miracle stories about people surviving just being in the center of their house. But, I mean, I can guarantee you that if they could have chose to have their butts underground, that's where they would have wanted to be. Same good, like my brother has a tornado shelter in his house, but it's just one of those above ground, metal fiberglass sprayed ones.
All that is rated to do is to protect you from debris. From you getting a bunch of debris in your face. And even then, it's still not guaranteed, because if a tractor comes plowing through, it's going to dent it or like break through the wall.
or let's say the locks break, like you get hit by an F5 and the locks break. I mean, it's just like picking up a safe. It's like I'm picking the safe up and tossing it, and you're just inside breaking your head against the wall, against metal, or it crushes like a soda can when it hits. So again, I mean, these little storm shelters and stuff that they give you, look, you're blessed if you get hit by something smaller than an F4. But if you get hit by something bigger than that, bigger than an F3, you might just be you're just an ant in a Coke can.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that people don't realize is, like those above ground ones aren't rated to protect you from anything above a certain level of tornado. It's literally just a debris protection thing to make sure you're not getting hit with glass, wood, wood flying through the windows or whatever. That's all it is. It's not a guarantee that it's not going to, the tornado just sit there on top of you for a few minutes and completely suck it up out of the ground or rip it out of the floor or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you got like a stationary tornado like the Gerald F5 tornado, or you got a I was watching, there was one tornado that actually said it dug up one of those underground ones that was buried and just ripped it apart. We're talking a tornado stayed on this point so long. It's a one in a lot. It's a one in a million scenario, but still, again, you're just a wreck on a wreck at that point. You're just an ant in a soda can. That's all you are when it comes to Mother Nature and the powerfulness of these storms. So, again, it's like what they were saying during the Bridge Creek Moor tornado. It's like if you're not underground, you're probably not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that ain't no crap.
Is that one that's the dead man walking one?
No. The Gerald tornado was the dead man walking tornado. The Bridge Creek Moor FI. There's two of them. There was the 2011 Bridge Creek Moor tornado, and then you had the 1993.
Which one was the one that destroyed an entire neighborhood, and there was only 5 survivors, and the ones that survived, it was literally the 5 that survived were in underground shelters.
That was the Gerald F5.
That was the Gerald F5. Okay, that's the one I was curious about because that's what I remember. Is it stood in that position so long, there was nothing left of the houses except the foundations.
The wind was so brutal, it skinned cows and it ripped. It was imagine being in a blender. That's what happened to the people who were not underground. Only one lady survived accidentally, but being in a bathtub. She got thrown into a tree in her bathtub, and she had major injuries. But the only other family that really survived in that area was the people who actually it was a Hispanic family that had been in a tornado not too long before that. And we're we are building our own. The husband just dug his own basement and made it himself, and they're the only family that survived in that area.
That's crazy.
So again, it's scary stuff, man. Again, right as we got the warnings, or right as I was responding to the warnings, whatever it was, the cell was right in our backyard, or front yard, or
and
whatever.
And mind you, we had just gotten back from the gym.
Yeah, yeah. So it's one of those things where thank God we didn't run to the gym because we would have been back right at the worst time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pay attention to the weather, especially this time of year, guys. Like I said, right now, it's chilly out now, so the odds are pretty low. But yesterday was just so hot and muggy. It was I was sweating when I walked out the door. That's how muggy and hot it was. So it's that time of year again, folks. Be prepared, be careful, and like I said, if you can, invest in someone building you an underground basement, because that's about the only way to truly guarantee your survival in these things. So yeah. But that's about all I've got for you today. We just wanted to assess the damage and kind of talk tornadoes again, because tornadoes are really cool, interesting, and fun, but also
really scary,
incredibly scary too. So might be that time of year to start watching Twister again, or definitely don't watch Twisters. It's not as interesting as the first one is. But
talk about a movie that could have easily brought some people back into it, and chose not to. That's the one movie that didn't use any,
reoccurring characters.
Reoccurring characters.
The only person left would have been Helen Hunt, to be in the movie. The big guys,
Bill Paxton
and Philip Seymour Hoffman are gone.
Mm-hmm.
They died. So shame. But yeah, so again, it's that time of year. Be alert on weather. Don't take it seriously whenever there's a supercell blowing through or a storm system coming up, because anything can happen. And like I said, it's, as we learned this yesterday, it can be right on top of you before you're even aware it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
be wary.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tornadoes are like that. They're scary like that because they are the quickest one. They'll show up. Like hurricanes, you get weeks in notice as they're coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquakes is kind of the only other thing. It's they're kind of random sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, that's it is what it is, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just be advised, it's that time of year again. So this is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that is about all we've got for you today. God bless you.
And we will, hang on one second. See you later, everybody.
All right.